Hello everyone. Hope you're all doing well. Hope wherever you are, you're having a good week and you're ready to have a little bit of a chat together. And we'll be looking forward for some news stories from your side, how things been for you past week. Sometimes it seems like it's been more than a week since we haven't seen each other. But it's still 7 days. However, sometimes the 7 days, so many things happens and your mind is so occupied with things that looks like it's a lot more than 7 days. In any case, I hope you're well wherever you are and things are being sorted out for you. Hello, Akshat. Good to see you. Akshat, it must be 12 midnight there in India. And I thank you for being awake and hope that things are going well for you. Balaji Roy. Hello, dear. Good to see you here. Julia. Hello, Julia. And Alejandra. Good morning from California. Good. Hello. And Victoria. Hello again, Victoria. I guess from England, because it says Victoria, England. So it must be from UK. So let's see. Well, who else we have here? I want to ask you guys, yesterday I had now there's Stuart here. Hello, Stuart. Now, let me see if I can pronounce that. Quyen and Nguyen. Qn and Nguyen. Am I saying it right, dear? I hope so. Roy from South Africa. Oh my goodness, what time is it in Joy? What time is it in South Africa right now? Balu, nice to see you too. Alexa, Crystal. Oh my goodness, Canada says hello. Crystal Mercredi. Is it the French, Crystal? Where in Canada are you? Mercredi, or is it not French at all? Yeah, Goku is here as well. Joy, you are. Hello, dear Joy. Faye, hello, Faye. Scottsdale. Now, I want to ask you guys something. From California is Pedeos, De Pato, Ricardo. From Brazil, my goodness, what time is it in Brazil? Yes, I know, Balu, you're from India. Must be 12 midnight there. You know, guys, somebody answer me this if you will. Every weekend on Saturday mornings, the same time, 10:30, I have a webinar. It's a free webinar for the next month or so. It's going to be a free webinar every Saturday morning. I mean, this time, my time morning, and the same time it is for you as it is right now. I have a webinar and I have put posts up and so on, but you guys are not there, or not as many people as seem to see the post and actually like it and express that they will come and so on. And I know so many people, hundreds of people, every week send me emails about their challenges, relationship breakup, or other matters in life that has to do with thoughts and consciousness and ego and desire and fears. They write me and they ask for my opinion. And you know, it's not that easy to keep writing all this. It'd be easier to explain it. So that's why I put the webinar on Saturdays. And I wonder why all these people who are so eager to get answers, maybe it's not any of you guys, but you don't actually show up on the webinar as you show up here. So if somebody can shed some light on that, I'd appreciate it, because I'm bringing more support for this, for people around the world who are dealing with breakups and relationship. More and more support, more and more time I'm allocating. As you know, through my site, mindthatseekstruth.com, I have consultations on Skype that I do every week, many nights, many days of the week, with people around the world. But that's a bit pricey. So I put this webinar, which is going to be in a few months, going to be, I don't know, $3 for registration for a few hours, that they can ask the questions and listen to the answers to the other people's questions. So I've put all these affordable way of support for people around the world. And I wonder, what is it that I don't see that many out there? So if you guys have any opinion as to what, and any opinion if you actually see the post that I put for that webinar at all or not, and why haven't you guys showed up, just give me an opinion so I know what to do with it and what's wrong with it, so I can fix it and see how we can help other people more, and also get my services known more, as we have been together for about, what, 32 weeks now with some of you, and some of you are new. And so I'm delighted to be with you guys, but I just want to make sure that my services are now, provided and reachable for everybody around the world. So I want to know what I'm doing wrong in posting it or letting people know. It seems like everybody sees the post, thousands of people, but then I don't see that many people showing up on the webinar, which is free for now. So any opinion is welcome. And again, as you all know, you can, now we have over 272 videos on YouTube. My YouTube channel, Mehran.be, is my name, Mehran.be, as it's up there on the title. And you can go on the YouTube channel and you can watch all these videos that has to do with almost every scenario that you can think of that could be on your mind and bother you about breakup and relationship and so on, and seems to be very helpful to many thousands of people around the world. So I'm delighted to see that everybody is taking advantage of it. But there's also about 120 videos that are on my site that are not listed, which you can become a member and get that also available to you. Now, while I look for your opinions about the question that I asked, I look forward for some questions about your challenges and what you may be going through as far as relationships and breakups and so on concerned, and we can have our discussion this morning as usual. So Ahmad, you're from Iraq, dear. Oh, okay, Ahmad. Good to see you here. I'm glad that you can reach us and have a good connection from Iraq. And there's some people around the world, different countries, that have different limitations on Skype connections. I mean, the Facebook connections, internet connections. And so I'm delighted to see you there. Adina Hilgard from, I don't know, where are you coming, where are you watching this, Adina? I want to know the different countries that we are reaching. Yazid? Yes, Yazid, Goku. Yes, it's in my, it's behind. Okay, Joy says that it's 8:30 at night. Oh, okay, so 8:30, this is 10:30, so you're about what? 10 hours? Okay, so for, and that's, is it, that, what is it, South Africa, is it, right? So that's good. That's a good timing for you guys. Sayed Muhammad says, can you introduce yourself for new people? Oh, yes, Sayed, for sure. My name is Mehran, M-E-H-R-A-N. My last name is Dadbeh, D-A-D-B-E-H. I'm an author of 4 books, but 3 books. Breakup Pain Handbook, Me, My Psyche, and I, which talks about thoughts and consciousness, fears, desires, and ego, and how they interconnect, and other things about, how we can make sense out of the day-to-day life in whatever has to do with our psyche, sufferings, and so on and so forth. And the other book is Transient Thoughts. Transient thoughts are the thoughts that come into your mind. Could be about anything that may have nothing to do with you, but you wonder, why is it in my head? How did it show up? What does it mean? Does it have anything to do with me? Does it describe my character, my interest? If it's something that I have no interest on but shows up in my head, does that mean that is actually I'm interested in that? Or my behavior or lifestyle isn't that way or not? So transient thoughts is about thoughts that you have not invited them, you did not initiate them, but they come in. Which of course that's a different topic. We can always discuss that, and I use it in my analogies and discussion with people and my clients. Of course, I do some talks in different local universities about when they invite me, the groups in university invite me. And one of the talks that I did was about fear and the end of fear, what fear is and how we can deal with it, and the relationship between our thoughts and fear. And that seminar was done at university, local university, and I got a tape of it. So the tape is on my site, mindthatseekstruth.com, and you can go in there, and it's a 1-hour tape that is, I guess, sold for $8.50 or something. But there's 10 minutes of it that is free. You can watch that, and you get a lot out of it. And every book on the site has a free chapter to read to see if that is something that would suit your needs. So pretty much that's it. And also I wrote a book about sales. That was years ago. How to become a super salesman, armed, powered, and poised. And that was the book that I used to teach at university in regards to marketing and sales and so on continuation education department of it. For a few years I taught that, and now of course most of my time is focused on helping people with their relationship and breakup problems and anything to do with the psyche, using the knowledge and research that I did through many years from masters who pioneered this understanding from 100 years ago. And so I have pride myself to learn and contemplate and add that to my own training and my own way of thinking throughout my life and experiences, and to be able to deliver this to help people with their difficulties. So I hope that would be a good introduction of myself as you asked, Sayyid Muhammad. And if you have any other question, please let me know. Now, Quen Nguyen just shared my video. Okay. Okay, thank you very much, Quen. Now, on the YouTube channel, there are 272 videos that I mentioned, guys. And many of these videos are in thousands, and I don't do much of a advertisement or any advertisement really for my YouTube channel, so not too many people around the world know it. But the ones who find it, they find it exceptionally helpful and different from many other supports that are out there on internet. In particularly, one of the videos that without any advertisement, and it's kind of hidden, but people have found it, and it's got about 200,000 viewers right now. It's very helpful if you're going through a breakup. It's only about 12 minutes, but it really hits it on the head and makes you realize something that is really necessary for you. So if you go on a YouTube channel and look for the one that has about 200,000 viewers, 194 or something like that, if you go through my channel, look at the list of my channel, not the feeds, and you will find it easy. And maybe I will put the link of it after I finish today's session. I'll put the link of it up on one of the answers. Like if one of you asked me what was the name of that YouTube video, then right there I will just plug in the link, and then it will be there for anyone who would want to look at the question and answers and find it. So Evil from Hungary. Oh, that reminds me, I'm hungry, actually. I got up late today. I was lazy. So I want to tell you, first of all, I really want to thank you guys for being here, because I remember when I traveled to Hawaii when I was a student. I was on my way to Japan from Portland, where I went to university, and I was on my way to Japan for some romantic reasons. At the time, I was very young, and I had a sweetheart, a college sweetheart, that she had gone to Japan because she was Japanese. And so I was on my way to visit her, and I was invited to stop and stay with my teacher in Hawaii. And so in Hawaii, they took me out one night, teacher and his friends and so on, and they were Japanese, and different lifestyle and different traditions. So the wives were not invited. Somehow it was a guy's thing. So, and I was a young kid, so I would just, bow to my master, and they wanted to take me out. The wives are not kind of okay. But they were very hospitable, very kind, very warm. And when we were sitting in that little restaurant, and they were bringing foods, and there was one particular food that I really liked, and it was finished because everybody was having it, so it was finished. So I said to one of the hosts, I said, they said, "Do you like everything?" I said, "Yeah, that's great. That thing, it was very good. Is there a possibility to have some more?" Suddenly, as soon as I said, "Can we have some more of that?" they were so delighted. They said, "In Hawaii, we love to hear our guest want something, because it gives us great pleasure that we are actually offering him a good time and bringing him what he wants, what he likes." So there is a pleasure in having the gift accepted, and there's a pleasure in giving, and the one who receives it also gives pleasure to the one who offered it. That's a very interesting tradition. And incidentally, I love Hawaii. Hawaii to me is like a second home, which I dream someday to maybe have an opportunity to visit it more often. So what I'm trying to say here is that I really appreciate from the bottom of my heart that you guys are here to give value to what I have to offer. Otherwise, without you guys enjoying it and benefiting from it, there is no sense and there's no value, no matter what I know, what secrets I may know, or what kind of a help or philosophy I may be able to offer, or as a solution to some problems. As long as there's no one to accept it and use it and benefit from it, there would be no value or worth to whatever it is that I may be knowing or offering. So I really want to appreciate it and thank you for spending this time with me and giving such pleasure to me to be able to share with you what little I know about life and solution to some of the problems that we each are going through every day. On that note, we say hello to Shannon from Dalton, Georgia. And then I look forward for any question that you guys have that you can put on, and I will read it, and then we'll go through the discussion. So while I'm waiting for questions, I will just see who are the people here. Said Muhammad says, "Long live UK." Okay, Said Muhammad, you're now into politics, huh? Okay. Let's see. Now, Juan says, hello from Long Beach, California. Hello, dear. Hartmut Kruger. Hello from Germany. Guten Tag. Wie geht's heute? Hast du gut geschlafen? Hast du gut geschlafen? Because I had only 5 hours sleep because I was watching some stuff. Actually, I did some exercise yesterday, and I went for a walk by the ocean, as I usually do, about 11 o'clock or 10 o'clock. And it was very cold. It was like -degree, and it was very fresh and very good. So when I came back, I had more energy after exercise and walk. So I didn't want to sleep. So that's why I slept late. So I hope you slept well, Hartmut. while I think it's only, what is it? Right now it's 6:30, 7 o'clock in Germany. Miriam Isirkan, hello dear. Hello from India, that's Vicky. So Ricardo, so questions guys. I can name you all day long, but we're looking for some questions so we can get a conversation going. Manish, you are such a great person. Thank you, Manish. I appreciate that. It's very kind of you. Istanbul, Güle Güle Efendi, Maryam. I'm trying to practice my little knowledge about different languages, and that's an opportunity. So, Adina, it says, I'm usually not available on Saturdays. Ah, that's okay. So that's one. In Nguyen says, thanks, Mehran. I'm from Vietnam. Ah, Vietnam. Unfortunately, I don't know a word. I had some Vietnamese clients many years ago, 20 years ago, in a different business, and I had a good experience with them. They were jewelers, and they were very good in artistic work on jewelry. But I don't know any Vietnamese word, and I wish I did. Ahmad from Iraq. Toy says, this is my second time coming to your live videos. I hope you enjoy it, Toy. I appreciate that. Now, is the feed okay? Is the picture okay? Is the resolution and voice and sound, everything okay? Because it tells me that it's a weak connection sometimes here. Let me shut down whatever else is on here. Maybe that will help. Okay, questions, guys. We're looking for questions. Otherwise, it will be just a socializing Sunday with nothing get done. Shannon says you need to get the word out there. I really doing what I can, Shannon. I have my Facebook pages, Mind That Seeks Truth, author, and the books. I have over 10,000 likes on one and over 6,000 on the other one. And I post them there, my webinars, every time. And there are many different sayings that I have said and put it on a post, and they're boosted and people seem to like it and they are attracted to the page. But just as it is here, suddenly 10,000 people show up, 20,000 people show up here to hear or participate in what we are doing, but I don't see them there. So I want to let you guys know that soon I will be having same talks, but maybe more often, or also in addition to what we have here, on my own Facebook page, Mind That Seeks Truth. I believe that page link is already on the title part. So if it's not, I will put it in. But I want you guys to go to my Facebook page, Mind That Seeks Truth, and like the page. When you like the page, whatever post I put up, an event I put up, you guys will know about it. So will you do me a favor right now? Do go, if you can right now, that would be great. If you would, go to Mind That Seeks Truth Mind That Seeks Truth Facebook page. And I'm going to put the link up there right now from my other computer here. So I would like to be making sure that you guys are on the Facebook page, and I have the connection that I can put the events and so on up there for you. So here's the link coming up. Just one moment. And in the meantime, please write your questions, because we want to answer some questions, and that's why we are here. So the link is just going to be posted in 1 second If it's not already there, I think I already put it up there. So let's see. Let's see if the link is there. Yeah, the link is there. The link is right already on top of your the title of this video when we're talking right now. So see, I can see it right there. So please do me a favor, go on my Facebook page, which the link is right on the title on this page that you are on, and click like. So there is one that is says author, not the book, the author. Either way is okay. Both of them are mine. But I would appreciate if you guys do that. So at least I'd be able to know that for sure the people who know me already would be aware of the things that we're doing. It's not live. What's not live? Juan, explain to me, please. What is not live? Because I can see the link is already on the title. You can't replay it, but it's live right now, right? Marche Malik. Solo. Unfortunately, my French is not that good, Marche. So I can't exactly, I can see some of the words, but I don't know exactly what your question maybe is. Shannon, tell them to share the post, add more information also. On the Facebook page or on this one? They do, okay, but I really like you guys to go to Mind That Seeks Truth Facebook page with the link. And somebody let me know if you can see the link on the title of what we're doing right now here above the, before the video. And so if the title is there, please do go there and the link, use the link and like the page. Now, I'm still looking for questions for today. Says, please try to post with complete information. Balu, what do you mean complete information? Because everything is there. The link for the Facebook is there, the webinars, the link, how to attend it, how to connect to it, it's all there. When it's going to be, what time it will be, it's all there. The posts are there. If you go on my Facebook page, you will see that it's all there, the information. Lisa says, is there a timeline to get over a person you're not with anymore? Okay, we have a question. Lisa, time, other than the time that we look at when the events are taking place, and we look at our watches, and that's how communities and societies in the world, scientific world, has created time in that way, 24 hours a day and so on. But in reality, for these sort of things, in our events in life, time is created by our thoughts. Time and thoughts are the same. Now, I'll explain a little bit. It's an elaborate subject, but I explained it. For that reason, it is not about the duration, the length of days passing by. It's about how you actually process this event in relation to your psyche. How your thought and consciousness. For example, as you all know, consciousness is put together from birth, some of it through generations and genes, communication and transformation and transfer of characters and ways that the material process in the brain works, and some things are transferred through genes in thousands of years through time. And then the rest of it, since we were born, the consciousness is put together by all the personal experiences, lessons, news, views, movies, examples, parents, teachers, siblings, friends, laws, rules, religions, customs, traditions, and all these, one way or another, personally or indirectly, they have entered into our memory and created our consciousness from which our thoughts are born. Every thought, sorry about that. Every thought that you have is actually grown out of the field of the consciousness, the contents of the consciousness. So based on that, if you go look back, how your consciousness has been put together, what tradition, what way of thinking about different subjects, and in this case, about breakup, about the effect of it, about understanding it, that's going to have a direct influence on the time and the length of the time that it takes for you to deal with it. And time in this case is really about how your thoughts moves in the field of the consciousness through your memory, and how often and how much reasons it will find for itself to stay in there. In many of the videos on the YouTube channel, you will see why you actually go into your memory, and it explains the reasons why you want to be in there after a breakup. One of the reasons is this. Everyone in life is looking for psychological security, the elusive psychological security that we never find. Some finds that through their job and the groups that they belong to, or, doctor society, lawyer society, teachers syndicate or societies, and all these, and you belong to a group, so that belonging creates that certain security and psychological security. And for you, things that has happened and you have recorded them in your memory, you know about it. When we know about something, we feel secure because knowledge brings security. Through your relationship, there were a certain mechanical process that you were going through every day in your life. Your relationship, your boyfriend or your girlfriend, and you would get up in the morning, do certain things. You would then get up, get ready and go to your work and meet with the certain people, certain groups, then interaction with your boyfriend or your girlfriend, and the things you were doing together. Your life had a certain order, through a certain mechanical process, certain things that you were doing. It had created a certain order. Now, that certain order in life creates psychological security. You feel that you know things, how things are, how your life is going. Therefore, that brings a certain warmth and certainty and psychological security. When it breaks up, the relationship goes through a breakup, the order that you've been used to changes, is no longer that order. That partner is left, and suddenly you find vacuum in the mechanical process of the things as they were happening, and suddenly you feel insecure. Because you feel insecure, the place that is secure for you, and you always were okay and had the psychological security, so to speak, you thought you had, was in your memory. Because you remember how things were and how you felt by the way the mechanical process was, by the way that the things, the order of your life was when you guys were together. And in order to create the same feeling and feeling of psychological security and feeling certainty, you keep going into your memory in order to feel good. Because this out here in the new reality, as the actuality of life, as it's passing, as the present time, you're not happy anymore at this time. You feel insecure. So where are you going to go? You're going to hide into your memory. Because everything there is known. You know how exactly it was. It was pleasant. And you feel warm. So you keep going in there, hiding, rather than actually living. And what you create for yourself, which you call life, living, is actually in the death of the past. Memory is the past, and it's all dead, non-existence. Memory is not alive. Therefore, but you're in there. So your life, your living, is actually in the death of the past. That is the length that you're talking about. When you figure out that where you're hiding in your memory and enjoying that elusive and the illusion of how things were when you guys were together, when you figure out that is useless, that is not really living, that is not actually actuality of your life, is just hiding, and when you come out of it and meet your life and start understanding that life has a lot more to offer than one relationship or one guy or one woman, and then you start understanding that you want to learn more, you want to experience more, and this was just an experience, a stage of your life, a page of your life, and its duration is over. An experience taught you something, and then you will move on. When you get ready to move on, which again on the videos of my YouTube channel, lots of videos on how to move on and how to handle the the relationship and breakup. There's elaborate explanations, as I mentioned, over 270 videos talking about these different stages and different ways that your psyche works after a breakup, and helps you to understand what is happening with your mind. The way I have tried to help people is not through just saying, oh, there, you'll be fine. These are all nonsense. As long as your brain, your mind, your thoughts and consciousness, fears and ego and desire is not clearly understood how they cooperate and interact to create the way you feel through your breakup or through your life and through your relationship, you won't be able to feel good and get out of your breakup. Because by simply distracting yourself, doing something, these are not going to help. What helps is knowledge. Knowledge of why am I feeling this way? Why do I want my ex back? Why do I constantly miss him or her? Why do I want to actually get back with him or feel the way I do? What is the role of my psyche in this? When you understand all these things, there is not a mystery anymore. You know, the reason I feel this way is because of this, and I'm not going to fall for it. I'm going to look to create life, and I'm not going to worry about what has passed because it doesn't exist. I'm not going to focus on it because I cannot reach it. I'm not going to worry about what hasn't come yet, and I'm not going to conjure up something and worry about that. I'm just going to flow with the moment and create life as it's happening and become part of the happening of life rather than watcher of what has passed and waiting for what hasn't happened yet. And that would be a waste of life and spent in illusions. So, Lisa, I hope that was something for you to be helpful to you. And give me a comment on what you heard. I would welcome that. So, Sayyid Muhammad from UK, okay, you keep putting the flag there, say it, that's fine. Okay, we got it, you're from UK. Johnny, Calgary, oh good Johnny, finally somebody from home country. Patron, okay, Sirena del Pacifico, okay. I hope I could speak, I don't know, I think it's Spanish. Mi fascinan su foto sobre todo de animales. I hope I understood. I cannot understand. I'm sorry. I wish I could speak that language. Juan from Mexico City. Nasreen from London. Hello, Nasreen. That seems a Persian name, but I bet you it could be from any other country. Could be from Egypt, could be from any other nation, or could be from India, I'm not sure. But it's from London anyhow. Hello, Nasreen. Shannon, Dalton, Georgia. St. Louis, Missouri, Julia. And we have Israel Zaraza Moreno, Spanish. And Estonia, wow! Rasmus Kroon from Estonia. That's far away from here. Shannon, I have all 3 of your books. Shannon, you have all 3 of my books. Wow, wonderful. I hope you're enjoying it. And they play a role in clearing some things up for you. Great to hear that. Sayyid Muhammad says, I'm very scared about my future. So you're scared about something that hasn't happened yet. So you're scared about something that you don't know what it is that you should be scared of. Do you think it's reasonable to be scared of something that you don't know what it is because future hasn't come yet? So in fact, really, your thought has created that. I wonder if you guys have watched any of my videos about fear, because fear, other than the fear of a wild animal attacking you, or you're in the street and the truck is about to run you over and you jump away, these are instinct. It has nothing to do with fear. But in real life, fear, there's no such thing as fear. Fear is really created when you compare what it was with what it is, or what it could be. So you go to the past, how it was, and you wonder if what it was, if it was pleasant, will also be good tomorrow, or if it was unpleasant, you are afraid, or what you're wondering if what was unpleasant would also become again this afternoon or tomorrow. Or what it is right now, you wonder if it will still continue to be tomorrow, whether it's pleasant or unpleasant. If it's unpleasant, it creates fear for you. If it's pleasant, of course, it gives you the illusion of happiness and security to you. So let's say you ate something and you had a pain in your stomach last night, and while you're going through the pain, you say, I don't feel good, I'm afraid of my health, or whatever it is. I wonder if it'll be the same tomorrow. I wonder if it'll go away tomorrow. So you create this anxiety. And if it is today, you say, well, I didn't feel good last night, I had pain in my tummy, and I wonder if it'll come back today. Or I wonder if it'll be the same as it was last night, a little bit later on. So the comparison of time, thought and time being one, and creating all these, comparing what it was with what it is, and conjuring it up, and projecting it into the future, and making something up and wonder about it, these are what brings the fear. So when you say you're afraid of your future, I suggest to you the way not to be afraid of the future, because we all have demons and things that we wonder and worry, and we are trained that, we're conditioned to always think about not now. We're never living. We're either living in the past or projecting something to the future. We bring the past, modify it for present, and then modify it again, project it into future. So the best way to deal with that is to fully focus on what you are doing, because the only life, the only living thing that is happening is what you can change while you're making it. So right this moment that I'm talking, that I can change my words, that you're hearing me, you can plug your ears or you can pay more attention. What you can do at the moment about what is happening at the moment is the real life. But what is already gone, what I just said is gone, is dead. What hasn't happened is non-existence. So really, the only way that we can be one with life is to be with the actuality of the flow of events and happenings of the moment. Look, life is like a river coming from the mountain and flowing in front of you and passing by. The water that has passed you by is the past. It's already gone. There's nothing you can do with it. You can't change it. You can't pick something from the water that is just passed. Even if you can see something there and you want to grab it, it's already gone. You can't reach it. You can't do any change to that water that just passed by. And the water that is coming from the mountain hasn't arrived yet. So you can't, again, interact with it. You can't pick up anything from the water, anything that is carrying, because it hasn't arrived yet. You can't reach it. The only part of the river that is pertaining to you is right the river that is in front of you. The water that is passing by your feet. The only place that you can reach down and pick up something if you see something valuable, worth it. Something that you can interact. You can put your hand in front of it as the water is passing by, change its direction, or make it flash, splash around your hands. You can make changes to what is actually happening in front of you at that very moment, and that's the only part of the river that you can interact and have something to do with its creation or changes, or see and figure out what it is, or pick out or drink from it. You neither can drink from the water that's passed by, nor can you drink from the water that hasn't come around. Only you can make changes and use and benefit from what the actuality of the part of the river that's passing by you at this moment, which is the life itself is only happening at the moment that you actually be able to create things in it, change things in it, and see it as it's passing by, as once it's passed by, no longer is your life, is gone. So, if we focus on the moment and what is happening in the moment, then we are living, and therefore the mind and body and time is all the same and is not distracted by what has gone in our memory to worry about it, try to fix it, to try to repair it, or whatever it wasn't the way we liked it, or we be worried about what the future brings or what the future will be, because the future is not here, is not life yet, is an illusion. So instead of being illusion of the past or illusion of the future, let's be with the actuality of life and create something. Be part of the flow of the energy of the universe. Be part of the flow of the energy of life. And that's where the real interaction and their life is. And in that time, in that moment, there is no place, there is no time, there is no existence of worry about future, because you're too busy living the moment. So, let's see if that was helpful to Sayyid Muhammad. Yes, Sayyid, you can talk to me in private. You can go to my site, www.mindthatseekstruth.com. If you go on my Facebook page, you will have that site address and everything there. You can go to my site, and I have a Skype consultation packages. You can go to my consultation block, and you will see the opportunities and the packages that are there, whatever suits your need and your budget. You can click on, and then you go through the processes, and you will have a one-to-one chat on Skype, which is happening around the world during the week with many different countries. And that's one way to have a private talk with me. And the other one is sometimes in the webinar that you can ask your question, or here, as we just saw. But that's not a private, of course, neither the webinar nor this one. Okay. Good night, Akshat. Joseph Manuel from Philippines. Hello, dear. Faye is also from Philippines. Hello. Okay, good. Shannon says, your book has helped me in my journey into self-exploration and enlightenment. If you have a better understanding of yourself, it helps greatly in relationship with the others. It's very true. And the one relationship that is most sometimes challenging is relationship with ourselves. Because if we don't understand how we function, how we tick, how we process things, and what our psyche, how it interacts with each other, then we will have a hard time to endure or understand or interact with whatever else is coming from out there. And remember, if you understand what is happening inside you, you will be surprised to know that your mind and your thoughts seems to be watched by your own thoughts. And there's a video that I have on the YouTube that is talking about watcher and the watched. I think it says quality of your life, watcher and the watched, controller and controlled, observer and observed. And in that video, I've explained the relationship between thought and consciousness being the controller, the watcher, because it is the field where your thoughts is born. So your thoughts are born based on the content of your consciousness. So the consciousness is responsible for the thoughts that you have. So the consciousness is actually the controller of the kind of thoughts that you have. But then I've discussed the fact that the thoughts that you have is actually the creator of your consciousness. So it's chicken and the egg thing, and we discuss that subject, that topic, in that video, which is very interesting. And when you understand the relationship between the consciousness and the thoughts, the watcher and the watched, and you will realize that one of them is redundant. And that is where the problems start, which is the conditioning that we have received through the content of the consciousness, and the consciousness trying to control our thoughts to the point that when we see something, we constantly go into our memory, remember something similar we saw before, and we are in the memory about that thing that we are looking, but we are actually perceiving it based on what similar thing we saw in the past, which interferes with us and our connection with the present moment. That is what we want to understand, not to fall for it, and to be able to fully focus on what we are doing instead of perceiving it, observing it, looking at it, understanding as it is, not as it being an illusion of the past, and let our present life to be run by our dead life, the past and the memory. So thank you, Shannon, for that, and I'm glad that you enjoyed it. I'm delighted. Rodrigo says in Brazil, because of the economic, the 13 millions of people lost their jobs. There is no perspective. Well, you lost the job, but you haven't lost your life. And I know, I don't try to be insensitive. I understand how difficult it is to make money, how important it is to be having the basics of life provided. And I'm devastated every time I hear people around the world are going through hardship. And I understand that. However, we are humans. We are human beings. We are the race. We are the species that we came from millions of years ago. We went through hell and heaven, and we are still here. And believe me, in those times, 1,000,000 years ago, thousands of years ago, there were more and bigger disasters than jobs, that disasters that we feel and we face today. I'm not saying that what we face today is not important at all. That's not what I'm saying. All I'm saying is trying to bring our attention to how resilient we have been through millions of years and thousands of years, with all the catastrophes and with all the pains and sufferings. We're still here, and we will still be here, regardless of all the injustice or whatever else and the troubles that we may be facing, which may have not faced yet, or we have, some of us face some, and we are here, and we know that we can get through this as well. And there's always hope, because as long as our heart beats, there's still power for us to transfer the energy of the nature into our livelihood and strive for making whatever it is a little bit better than what it is. It's the only thing that every one of us have in common. Every one of us suffers, feels pains, and every one of us can be happy and jubilant about success and comfort. So for that purpose, we're all in one boat, and we all, in one way or another, have felt and experienced similar difficulties, if not exactly the same. Pepe Hernandez. Hello, Pepe. You say you're here, but I don't know where here is. Okay, now, any more questions, guys? Vishal? Okay. All right. Vishal, I've already explained who I was. I am. Thomas Stigmeyer from Bora Bora. Wow, Bora Bora. That's a historic name. I always watched these movies, and when I was much younger, about World War and all that, and there was always something about Bora Bora. So it must be one of those fantasy places that everyone hears about it, but not easily to experience it from up close. Shannon, thank you, Shannon. Appreciate it. Wendy, okay, so what are you offering? I just hear a lot of talk. Yeah, talk is what I'm offering, Wendy. If that is not suitable to you, then you perhaps should be looking for another channel that would offer you something that you could enjoy. Lisa says, should a person give themselves a timeline? Okay, we answered that, I guess, Lisa. I always wake up early because of your show. Make my morning happy. Well, Fiyim, I appreciate it very much. Questions, guys. We're looking for more questions. There is the way we can more assertive person in the job. Rodriguez, I couldn't understand the question. I'm sorry, dear. All right. Wendy. Okay, Wendy, if this is not productive for you, dear, you can always change the channel to go somewhere else and enjoy your time based on your preferences. Shannon, I will share on my social media sites to help the word get out. Okay, thank you, Shannon. I appreciate that. Very nice of you. I don't understand what is spam. Martin says spam. Okay, Martin, again, if you don't like what you're hearing and you like to spend your time in a different way, please do so. Shannon. Okay, questions, guys, questions. Thank you for all the love that you're sending, but we're looking for some questions. From Toronto, Steffi. Good to see you, Steffi. I hope that you were here when we were discussing a little bit about thoughts and consciousness and the role of thoughts in fear and the past and the present and the future. Rodrigo, how to be more assertive person in the job and life? How we know what we are in the right way? How we know what we are in the right way? I'm trying to understand the question. How to be more assertive person? Well, if you want to be assertive, if I can understand your question right, the basic would be try to be independent. When you don't depend on people to provide anything for you, or your service is not dependent on their whims and decisions, as more than regular business stuff, and you become more and more in control of your own life, then you would be able to express your views without fearing of the repercussions of if you're going to lose a deal or not lose a deal, or if you're not going to get the benefits that you were going. Because the fear usually and the apprehension usually comes when you want something from someone, or you can gain something from some situation, and then that kind of tailors your assertiveness in a way that it would not harm your objectives. And perhaps the more independent you become, the more assertive you can be. Otherwise, you will be always under the certain cautiousness to be caution about how you interact, if that's what you're trying to say. Otherwise, I'm not quite able to see what angle you're trying to ask that question, Rodrigo. I'm sorry, dear. How you can know that you're in the right way? Well, again, you can never know 100% what you will know 5 minutes from now. So whatever you know now, you believe that's the total information. But you should know that you can make a decision based on the information that you have, but you can always know that knowledge is always limited. So whatever you know is not the whole thing. There's always something more that you may not know. But at the moment that you make a decision, you believe that that decision is a correct one based on the information that you have. Now later on, a few days later, if you think you get more new information and then you think, oh, based on these new information, the decision I made was not correct, well, that's a different story, because you can't always wait until new information comes up. But you should always remember the information that you have this moment is not all there is to it. And knowledge is always limited, information is always limited, so therefore justice is always very difficult to know if it is just or not, because it's based on the information, and information is always limited. Therefore, it's very hesitant to always be sure that everything is exactly as it is, as it would be even 5 days from now, based on the information that you have now and the decision that you're making now. Was that noise? That was a telephone that came through, Juan. You know, people are calling, and that's what the telephone was, that I had to shut it off. Yeah, okay, Shannon figured it out, yeah. Okay, Julia says, how do you know what stage of breakup you're in? What do you mean? How could you not know? There's no category of stage. It's about how you're dealing with it, how you're feeling about it, what your fears and anticipation is, what your psyche is all about, how your fears and desires make you feel a certain way, or how your thoughts are making you feel a certain way, what you're craving for. You got to know why you desire someone. And in one of the videos, in again my channel, it explains what is it that you think that you want from that person. You often think it's a person that you love, but often it could be what that person offers and provides and can do for you that you are used to and you love or you like, and you think you love the person rather than what you gain. It's like sometimes when you're in the line to buy ice cream and you're getting closer to your turn to order your ice cream, and then when you're there, you see the man who's handling the ice cream and serving the ice cream, selling the ice cream. You think that man is an authority of some kind, is so important. Do you really think that man is important, a very scholar, knowledgeable, wise? Or is it because you think you have a certain respect for the guy, or you think of him as an authority because he's in control of what you desire, which is the ice cream? So is it really the ice cream that has made the man look important, or is it the character of the man and wisdom of the man that you think of him, give him the respect, and you think he's an important person? So same thing in relationships sometimes. Is it really the person that we love, or is it actually the pleasure that we desire, and the person that we think we love is actually in control of that pleasure, of the desire that we have for that pleasure? That's the person who can provide it. So is it the pleasure that draws us toward that person? Is it our desire for that certain pleasure that draws us to that person? Or is it actually the person itself? Not what that person can offer and that person is in control of. Is it the character, manners, mentality, consciousness, thoughts, harmony, compatibility that we have with that person that we really miss, that we want to get back to, that we want to be with? Or is it what that person offers? So it could be in the form of provisions, maybe money, maybe comfort, or maybe intimacy, maybe sex, maybe pleasure of some kind. Which is it? Is it? So sometimes we kind of lose sight. Is it the person that we are infatuated with? Or is it the desire to fulfill that pleasure that we're seeking that that person is in control of and can provide? If it's the pleasure, which often is, then you can always know there are other sources that that pleasure can be offered. If you focus on the reason for that, then you will be able to manage your breakup and your feelings a little bit better. So these are some of the things that we go through in the videos that perhaps you can enjoy and figure out and get help more. So the stage of the breakup is about your thought patterns, what you're thinking and how you're feeling, and figuring out why you're feeling the way you're feeling, why your thoughts in your mind, it makes you have a certain feeling, and you discover that, you explore that through the videos. And the more you know about these inner desires and inner pursuit of pleasure, and then you find out that you actually maybe want that person because you have spent so much energy, you are desiring the pleasure you can receive from the person or what the person can provide for you. Or is it the energy that you've invested in that person, the story that you've created with that person, and now that person is not in your life and you can't see that story to continue, which you were the actor in it and the other person was the other part of it. And that not being able to continue that story takes away that identity that you had and takes away that order that you had created in your life. And that's what's kind of messing you up, and you're looking forward to get used to the new order. See, when you were single, you had a certain order of things in life, certain things you were doing, certain way you were living, certain way you were thinking and enjoying. And when you got together with someone, a partner, that partner had his own order, you had your own order. And his order was interfering with your order, and your order was interfering with his way of doing things, his order. Until time passed and you guys compromised and created a new order between the two of you. And then when it breaks up, again, that order that you're now used to breaks up, and you are wondering, what happened to my order that I had created with this person? Now you've gone back to the order the way it was before you were in a relationship. Again, you got to get used to it. You have to create a new order. So all these back and forth is what creates instability in your psyche and creates that pain of wanting to get back to the person. But it's not maybe really the person, it's the order that you want it to be bridged, and so you will feel comfortable again, and you don't have to go through the ups and downs of it. You want the same things as always was. We like to have that order. Whatever the order is, we like to have a certain order in our life. And when that changes, then we feel anxious and insecure. And then we think we got to get that back. But it's not really the person, it's the way we felt that we want to get that feeling back, not the person necessarily. These are things that we discuss on the video. How to take control of these types of feelings if the process is mechanical is explained in the video. It's a long discussion. There are many videos that you can go through the list and you can get your answer to that one. How to take control of these types of feelings. Again, is by understanding why you want that mechanical process, because you want to create a psychological security, and then you will know that it's not the mechanical process that you want, is the psychological security, and perhaps then you can create that psychological security through any kind of a acceptable mechanical process. When the mechanical process breaks down, and when you have created that psychological security through this mechanical process through your life, then you become a little bit agitated, and until you create that again. If it's through a breakup, then you feel, oh, because that person is not in the mix of this mechanical process, then that's why I have to go get that person. But you can repair the mechanical process, not necessarily bring that person. Maybe you need a part to fix that mechanical process, but that part doesn't have to be that same person. It can be another part, but fits the machine, fits your lifestyle. How can I explain to my ex-hose or ex-husband that I still care and want to be friends, not enemies? By your action and interaction. People would respond to love. People would respond to normal people. I'm not talking about psychos and narcissists and, psychotic behavior. But normal people would respond to love. And if your interaction is based on helpfulness, and then eventually they realize there's no harm coming from you, and they'll be attracted to be friends. If you don't want anything from them, people are usually friends from you. If you're not extending negative or extending harsh behavior, then people are drawn towards you. So it's not about really explaining. Sometimes it's good to have good words to put in and explain things, but it's often about the reaction and actions and interactions, the behavior, than the words itself. Yeah, okay. Karen says, I don't want him back. I don't miss him. Yeah, okay. Hilal Akur. I'm from Istanbul, she says. Hello. Hello, Hilal. As I mentioned, Güle Güle Efendi. That's all I know, I guess. Keyfin Necati. I don't know if that's Istanbuli Turkish or it's Azerbaijani Turkish, but I don't know if you understand it. I just know a few words. This old guy surely had breakup with someone. You mean me? Who hasn't had the breakup? I'm 61-year-old. I must have had a few breakups in my university time or in my lifetime. Of course, why not? And Rodrigo, sometimes it is better to be blind, living in illusion, matrix, and don't see how cruel life is. I understand, Rodrigo. I see what you're saying. But eventually we got to open our eyes and come out of the matrix and face the music. And when we face the music, we better have our both ears open to let in only the notes that is proper and dodge the ones that we don't like. So in other words, to be able to stay with the actuality of life and the moment rather than roaming around in our memory where things are the way it is, and it might give us illusory psychological security, but also at the same time the problems that we meet in there cannot be changed. And if we waste our time thinking that we are in our memory trying to fix something, well, that's, again, it's another illusion. So we're kind of wasting our time when we spend too much time in the matrix. But I do understand what you're saying. Lisa says, thank you for your info. I like your ideas. Basically, stepping out of comfort zone to experience life and not keep running back to the dreaded vault. That's what I got away. Checking out your video. Yes, good. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, check the video out. There are lots of topics on mind, psyche, thoughts, ego, desires, and fears, and hundreds of videos on breakups and relationships and how you feel and why you feel the way you feel after breakup. These are all part of my YouTube videos, over 272 videos. And of course, I hope that you guys will not forget to go onto my Facebook page, Mind That Seeks Truth. The link is up there, right there on top of this video where we're talking about. Go to my Facebook page, like it, so we can be in touch. And any webinar, free webinars that I put, you will be able to know when it is. And you can also communicate with me through that Facebook page. And my site is mindthatseekstruth.com, where you can go and see if you'd like to have a one-on-one talk with me on Skype, on a Skype consultation, and we can have that done as I'm doing that on daily basis, weekly basis. Rodrigo says how to take control of mind, feeling, emotions when we think that I lost. This feeling, it is like stay in the jail without. Yes, you go again to my YouTube video channel. I have hundreds of videos discussing exactly what you say, how you can understand what you're feeling, your emotions, and why your emotions are moving that way. What is the thought process that you're having that creates these feelings? And if you understand that, then you will know where these thoughts come from, why they're there, and then you will be able to understand that these feelings doesn't have to be that way. They're there because of the way you're thinking, and you have pretty good clear idea why you should or should not think this way and how you can change your thoughts in that way. There are many videos on that, and you will also see videos that says, you know, why you miss your ex to the limits of addiction, and it shows you the chemicals that is created in your brain, the dopamine, serotonin, and so on, and why and how it affects you just like a drug does. And it's a very elaborate explanation. Again, go to my channel, search for titles and see which title you like, and it will address all of that. Well, guys, I wonder if I have gone over the time that we usually have to spend with each other. Yes, it looks like I've gone, let's see. Yeah, I've gone 15 minutes over our allotted time usually. So I want to thank you for being here. I want to remind you again, please do use the link up there. Go to my Facebook channel, Facebook page, and like it, and so you will know about all the things that are happening and see the posts that I put there, and also be able to communicate with me or use the webinars as they come. Shannon says, focus on the part of the river in front of you and you shall never be thirsty. Right you are, Shannon. Good for you. Life is like an illusion, Juan says. You see what you want to see, and the things you don't want to see, you don't exist. Okay, not bad. Duan Yazi says, going morning, Doc. What's today's topic? I missed it. Duan, you got to listen back. It actually was a quite elaborate discussions on some topics that you perhaps enjoy. But now it's time for us to say goodbye, because I've been here more than an hour, and I look forward to see you guys next week. Hilal says, I worry about anything. Yeah, you worry about everything, yeah? But do we need to worry about everything? Can we do anything about what we worry at the very moment? Because fear is when we are in the past, in our memory, or we bring it and modify it and conjure it up and worry about what it will be or it might be in the future, and that creates a certain worry. But if we are in the very moment and focusing on the water of the river that passing by our feet, not the water that has already gone away, and not the water that hasn't arrived yet from the mountain, only the part of the water that is in front of us. If we focus on this, if we focus on the moment of life, this very moment that I'm talking, this very few sentences coming out of my mouth, if you're totally paying attention to this, what we are doing right now, there will be no place for the past or the future. Therefore, there will be no place for the fears that the past or the future may bring, because we are fully here. And when we are fully here, we are focused on this angle. We don't see what's there, and we have no reason to worry about things that you say you worry about everything, because you're spending your time in the past memory and in the possibility of futures that you conjure up. But instead, if you focus on the very moment, it's such a small moment, and in that very small moment, nothing is happening. There is no element of fear. because everything is the way it should be, because the moment has only this much space to allow anything in it. And in that very small moment, which quickly passes, there's only so much that can be, and none of them could be unsafe or fearful, because you're totally aware of what's happening. At that moment, there's no time and no place and no thoughts about anything that could fill your mind and make you worry about it or to think about it. So in my book, Me, My Psyche and I, there's a chapter about time and thought and time. And there's a chapter about how to stop time, which is very interesting. And there's also a chapter about to get the mind out of the consciousness. Once the thought is out of the consciousness, that's where really there is no fear. That's really where you will have peace. And perhaps that would be something to enjoy. And I hope the ones who have gotten the book are enjoying it, hopefully. So, guys, again, thank you very much for being here. I appreciate your time. I really appreciate you being here and giving me the opportunity to share with you some thoughts and ideas. And I enjoy getting your feedbacks. Don't forget, go to my Facebook page and like it so we can all be in touch. Hopefully, we'll see you in the webinar next Saturday, or again next Sunday right here where we are. Have a wonderful week and be good to yourself and to the others, and take good care of yourself, and see you soon. Bye for now.